Here in this video, we are going to talk about the virtual environment which comes pre-built, which comes pre-installed with Python 3 package. I have created an empty directory here in my desktop, code for YouTube. Let's create a, let's open our command line here. So I'm gonna open command line into this folder. Let me just check which version of Python I have right now with me. So I checked, it is Python 3.9.6, which is all right. Okay, so in order to create a virtual environment, we need to enter the command python -m venv. For now, let's just hit enter and see what does this outputs. Okay, so now it shows us the usage of the venv module of Python, which comes pre-installed with Python 3. In earlier versions of Python, it does not used to come pre-installed with Python. It used to be a separate package which we had to install via pip, but now it comes pre-installed. Alright, so let me also explain what a virtual environment is. So a virtual environment is used to create a sandboxed environment for your coding, for your software. With sandbox environment, I mean an environment which is separate from, say, your system. You can install a package in that environment, and that package only remains in that particular environment for that particular software, and that's it. It does not come outside of your environment. It does not, you cannot use this package outside of this environment in any other software. You need to install it again, which gives us an advantage when we are about to deploy our code. With that said, let's move further. As you can see, it has also given us an error. It says env error, the following arguments are required, because we did not pass any arguments here. Alright, so what we can do is there is a mandatory argument here, which is env_dir. env_dir is the environment directory. So when I enter the environment directory as, suppose, say, in this same folder, and we will create a new folder as my env, and let me hit enter and see what happens. Okay, so it has created a directory called my_env. Let me wait for this command to complete. It is taking time, as you can see. In the meanwhile, I shall open the folder and see what are the contents inside it. I will put this on side, and in the other side I will open this Windows Explorer. So as you can see, there are 3 folders here, 3 directories, and 1 config file, and it has still not completed creating this directory. It will take some time. For that time being, I will pause this video and I will resume it once it completes its job. Alright, so as you can see, it has completed its job, and let me refresh here and see what are all the directories and files created. So as you can see, there are 3 directories and 1 file. Let me open the scripts directory, because we are gonna use this quite a lot. So since we have as you can see, it has pip 3.9, and then there is Python. So since we have used this environment, since we have used this Python 3 to create this environment, it has copied our system's Python to this folder, to this same environment. What I'm trying to say is, since we created it with Python 3.9, it has given us Python 3.9 as well in this environment. Alright, so let's see how can we activate this environment to start our software development or to start our coding. Let me go back to the command line. So we are going to write not Python, we do not write here Python here. We have to execute this PowerShell or this bat file. Since we are using Windows command prompt, we are gonna use the bat file to activate it. However, if we were to use the PowerShell, we would have used the ps1 file, which is the PowerShell script. So without wasting our time, let's activate this environment. So we will write this dot to denote this directory, and from this directory we'll go to my-env. Inside my-env I will go to the script directory. Inside the script directory we have our activate.bat file .bat. Alright, and hit enter and see what happens. See, you can see here there is some text here between parentheses, and it says the name of our environment which we have just created. It says my-env. Now let's see the Python version, and we will see the pip version as well. Python -- version. It says Python 3.9.6. Let's see the version of pip. So we're gonna write pip -- version. And yes, the pip version is 21.1.3, and it is for Python 3 it's for Python 3.9. Alright, so it has done our job. It has created our environment. Let's install some Python packages inside this environment. For example, let's install the package Beautiful Soup. Beautiful Soup, as you know, it is a package used for web scraping. It is very useful package, and it's very easy to learn as well. I have already created a video for this package in my YouTube channel, and I'm planning to create a more advanced video to that in the coming times. So stay tuned for that. So I'm gonna write pip install the package name, which is Beautiful Soup, BEAUTIFUL soup. Hit enter. It will fetch the latest version of Beautiful Soup, which is BS4, and it will install it for us. Let's see what happens. Alright, so it has fetched Beautiful Soup, but it has given some syntax error. No matching distribution for Beautiful Soup. However, it has got the Beautiful Soup parenthesis. Unit test have failed. Okay, so let us try it again. Here, this time we will write pip install BS4, and let's see what happens. Okay, that's actually great that it has installed BS4, but it did not create Beautiful Soup. Okay, so I was using the wrong command. Beautiful Soup requires Python 2.0, and that's why we are seeing the syntax errors. And that's it. So, which means we need to install Python BS4 with Python 3. Let's see whether it has installed it for us or not. We will open the Python interpreter here, and we'll try to import BS4. Import, yes, the spelling is correct. BS4, hit enter, and it's done. BS4 has been imported. Yes, it has imported. And now let's see whether we have BS4 outside of our environment or not. Meanwhile, I will also demonstrate to you how can you deactivate this environment? It's simple again. In the similar fashion that we have activated this environment, we can also see that there is a deactivate.bat file here, and we are going to use this file to deactivate our Python environment, virtual environment. So we are going to write dot to denote the current directory, /, then the name of our environment directory, my env / script, I guess, yes, / deactivate.bat, and hit enter, and it has deactivated the virtual environment. Now let's see whether we have BS4 in this outside of our virtual environment or not. Python, enter, import BS4. I remember I have not installed BS4 outside of my virtual environment before, and anyway, let's see. Hit enter. Okay, so it also has BS4 here. It means that maybe I had installed BS4 before. So I will do one thing. I will exit this shell and I will try to remove this BS4. Pip uninstall BS4. Skipping BS4 as it is not installed. However, we have imported BS4 earlier. That's kind of weird. Alright, leaving BS4, we will try it with some other Python package. This time let's install Matplotlib in our main Python outside of the virtual environment. So I'm gonna write pip install, or say we are gonna install numpy. Pip install numpy, because numpy is a smaller package. It takes less time to install. Okay, so it has given me an error, as you can see here, because I did one mistake. Because pip cannot install the packages without administrative privileges, and I'm not gonna use my administrative privileges to install packages. What I can do is, and you can also learn it from here, I can write pip install numpy, and we are gonna add user flag here, -- user. So it will download numpy for this particular user only, which is logged in at this moment. I'm gonna pause my recording for it to install. Okay, so as you can see, it says requirement is already satisfied. Now let's activate our environment again and see if numpy is installed there or not. So we are not gonna write the whole command again. We can move up with the arrow keys. This is for the deactivate. Here, yeah, this is for the activate command. Hit enter, and my virtual environment has been activated. I'm gonna open Python again. I'm gonna import numpy to see if it is there or not. Numpy. See, numpy is not there. However, if I go back and I deactivate my Python virtual environment with the help of deactivate.bat script, and I'm gonna open Python here to see if I have numpy here or not. See, here we have numpy, whereas when we activate the virtual environment, when we are inside the virtual environment, we do not have numpy installed, which proves my point that inside a virtual environment, it's a sandboxed space for your software development, which is easier for your deployment of the software. Similarly, you can use these scripts when you are you can use activate.ps1 script when you are using Python's PowerShell instead of command prompt. And there is an activate file which I believe is the bash script. Let me open it with Notepad++ to see what it is. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, it's a bash script. Okay, so it has all the things required for your Python development. In the other folders, there are just other binary files, other dependencies. See the BS4 beautiful soup package that we have just installed here. These are all stored inside the lib folder, and there is an include folder which is empty, and there is a configuration file as well. So this concludes our discussion of Python virtual environment, and thanks for watching this video, and do not forget to like this video and subscribe the channel and share the content. And if you have any doubt, do write it in the comment section and I will try to reply it as soon as possible.